Now is not the time for a bath. Spindles right up to you, her long legs tickling the sandy floor. A malevolent intelligence gleams forth from 8 beady eyes. She opens her mouth, hissing at you.
Don't you know, my little pepper pot, that it's ever such bad manners to enter a queen's boudoir without permission? But what's this? Something familiar beats within your heart. A venom promise, a gift from one of my kind.
She shuffles her enormous body closer, looming over you until you are enveloped under her shadow. Venom sizzles to the sand from her fangs as you are pinned in place under all 8 of her eyeballs.
You come here for me. You desire another spider's kiss.
Her eyes glisten, and her distended abdomen jiggles and shakes. Is she laughing at you?
How adorable! But I'm not interested in you like that. I've already got plenty of babies. So you are still prey, but of a different kind. I hunger, and I hear my princelings blubbering in their loving cocoons. Time for us to feast.
She sniffs around your pack, one leg lazily caressing your collarbone.
Nothing in there for me, Poppet. You lie. The only meat in this room is draped over your bones, and I will have it. I am not a fool, you juicy little morsel. One does not pass up a steak today for the promise of a salad tomorrow.
Her fangs drool venom that sizzles on the sand. But there's no time to think about all that, because raising up on her hind legs, she pounces right at you.
right where I want. Worms take you. I'm ready.
The hatch is blocked tight by the high drifts of sand carpeting the floor. No matter how much you strain and grunt, the hatch barely budges. For this task, you are simply not strong enough. Straining and grunting, your strength just about manages to nudge open the...
If you think the master loves you more than he loves me, then Dot, you're a bigger idiot than you look.
Master's the master. Master knows the dog is better than the cat. Master says good dog. Does Master say good cat? No. No, Master does not. See?
The cat gives the dog a long, languid look of carefully disguised contempt. Then she sighs and turns to you.
Settle an argument for us. Dog's body here thinks that because the master is grateful for his, meaning the dog's, mindless devotion, he loves his dog more than he loves his cat. I, on the other hand, know full well that it's the master's admiration for my general bearing, demeanour and intrinsic greatness what is most indicative of a state of actual love. He near worships me, he does.
Master loves his dog. Master thinks his cat is cool, not the same thing.
You're a moron.
No, I'm not. I'm black-brown.
See what I'm dealing with? Come on, settle the argument. Tell him he's wrong.
Dog.
Oh, cat.
Dog.
Can't win, can I?
The animals argue on.
Dog.
Oh, cat.
Dog.
Oh, you're impossible.
The animals argue on.
Dog.
Oh,
Dog.
can't win, can I?
I'll need to get clever with this lock.
Scratching the pole does wonders for your nails.
Fasten tight.
The animals argue on.
Dog.
Oh, cat.
Dog.
See why I'm up again.
The animals argue on.
Dog.
Oh,
Dog.
oh, you're in.
The hatch is blocked tight by the high drifts of sand carpeting the floor. Straining and grunting, your strength just about manages to nudge open the hatch. The servant emits a menacing growl. Within the stone garden's walls, peace be thy immortal fortune, relieved of toil, free of indignity, until thou art called to serve. Tunelessly, not a melody exactly, but more of a meandering moan.
10 spans under, humans slept. 10 spans up, the dwarves were kept. Lizards burned in lasting flame. Elven trees towards skies did aim.
She looks to your left with one eye, and to your right with the other.
It helps me remember where the dead go. Sometimes they don't stay where I put them. That's okay.
She smiles at you with the innocence of a newborn. The hum still throbs in her throat.
Keeping watch, tending the graves.
She returns to her humming. She flinches as you move closer.
No touching.
Her humming fades. The eerie silence lasts for several seconds.
Riker might get mad. He doesn't like it when someone touches his things.
She shivers and whispers.
Powerful sorcerer. Lives here, right in the garden. He can take the you from you. No break.
She points at her head.
The servants, they got nothing up there. Riker has it all now.
The ensuing silence lasts for several seconds, until she picks up the melody once again and turns... The spirit does not respond to your presence.
Trying, my friend.
The spirit does not talk to you, though the pain in its eyes is all too...
Queen of Pearls, Duna's mistress, the tales say. Legend says she bore Duna's child, and it's her blood that runs through every dwarven royal. Dwarves leave their dead for the birds to consume. How barbaric.
The eagle glowers at you balefully, with eyes like shiny little buttons. One manicured and beribboned claw shoots forth to claim the stringy offal before him. Stretching his neck forward, he peers closely at you.
Pretty eyes, eyes that see far.
The eagle's own eyes glitter with avarice. Peck, peck, peck. The eagle pecks free some choice lump of gristle from deep within the corpse. He swallows it whole, dark blood dripping from his beak and matting the fluffy feathers at his throat.
Master died, but Master told me what to do. All my life told me you are what you eat. So I do. I will become the Master. Unless you are not the new Master, are you? Think me an owl? A wren? A crow? I am an eagle. I know my place in this world. So should you. Leave Master and I alone.
He ostentatiously fluffs up his feathers and turns back to his sordid repast.
You are no eagle. No master either. No friendship for you here.
The eagle glowers at you with one baleful eye, keeping the other eye firmly trained on the stringy morsels of rotting flesh dangling from its beak.
You dare touch Master's gifts. No invitation. Leave now. Leave me and Master alone.
Biting deep into the rotting flesh, your senses are assailed with a rank odor of meat long past its prime. Your memory wavers and becomes not your own, but the memory of one who led the most solitary of lives. You see myriad wings flapping, your hand scattering birdseed. You hear the screeching of eagles, the tearing of flesh. All of your life is centered on this place, this pedestal of death. All of your life is dedicated to feeding your eagles the meat of your dearly departed people. The eagle glowers at you with one baleful eye, keeping the other eye firmly trained on...
You dare touch Master's...
Picked off by spies. That was no glory and no point to it either.
Watching the birds pick your body clean is almost soothing. At least you know you're doing some good for a creature. And it means that elf ain't getting his claws on my corpse. Not mine specifically, but he creeps from grave to sepulchre, taking what he wants. Whatever he wants.
A grim expression passes across her face as she looks out over the graveyard.
The dead don't rest easy in this garden. Not by half. He lives in the big house by the gate. I ain't about to wander up and ask for a name, mind you. The less I see of him, the happier I'll rest.
We are an inspiration to our people.
Two dwarven spirits at loggerheads. In a flash, you are both of them, brother and sister. Your feminine side is a rebel, rising up against the tyrannical queen. Your masculine side is a royalist, loyal to the monarch he loves. As the brother, you rescue your sister from the pikes of the royal guard. Together, you flee across the sea to the melting pot of Driftwood and Reaper's Coast. But in Driftwood, you visit the lizard. You are the sister, and you know that something is wrong. You climb the stairs to rescue your brother, and find him fighting for his life against the dwarves who would rob him. Both of you die. But your killers do right by their fellow dwarves, and bring you here to lay you to rest. As spirits, you fight for eternity, one convinced that the queen is a tyrant, the other that your treason was wrong. The brother scowls. He feels vindicated. His sister still does not agree. A life is not worth living if you do not stand up for what you believe. The brother is at peace with himself. He stood by his queen, and he stood by his sister too. His exile and ultimate death wasn't his fault. But his sister rages on. She did the right thing. She stood up for what she believed. The brother is at peace with himself. He stood by his queen.
You watch yourself. There's a voice whispering promises to the dead around here. Word is that they'll be walking about with flesh on their bones again if they send you to the Hall of Echoes. You're God-woken, ain't you? Don't ask me why. But someone out there's got it in for you and everyone like you.
That inspiration. We're an example.
We died glorious deaths.
We were picked off by spies. There was no glory and no point to it either.
What's this? I found something. What's that? It sounds like there's a battle unfolding nearby. I'll need to get clever with this lock.
What could have done this to her?
Can't tell anyone.
A man paces back and forth, puffing anxiously on a pipe. His face is creased with tiredness. The faint coppery hue of dried blood stains his hands. He sees you.
If you're looking for healing or the like, then you'd best look elsewhere. My plate is full for now.
The man chomps on the bit of his pipe, generating a small cloud of nervous smoke. Finally, he plucks it from his mouth and clears his throat.
I came by a new patient, a young woman, very troubled. I'll do what I can for her, but I'll need to concentrate. And that means...
He gestures with his pipe for you to leave.
Fine. You can help. Take this key and go to the cellar. I'll join you there. Just be careful. It's clear she's a powerful sorcerer, but also whatever she was subjected to has warped her, in body and mind. I have her locked up for good reason. Why would someone do this to another person?
Hungry.
Be ready to flee, if necessary. Be ready to flee, if necessary.
Hungry.
Why would someone do this to another person? She's badly afflicted, but still powerful. Be careful. Be ready to flee, if necessary.
Across the cellar, a shape bearing some resemblance to a woman lurches around to face you. It utters a marrow-curdling gurgle.
She senses us. Be calm and quiet. No sudden moves. You're right. I hadn't noticed before. Couldn't get close enough. We have to help her. Maybe we can reverse whatever was done to her. All right. We need her subdued, understand? Do whatever you can to weaken her. Just don't go too far or you might kill her.
Another gurgle, sharper, angrier. Then the sound of rapid footfalls rushing towards you.
start with you.
She's too strong. She must be weakened, or there is no way to help her.
woman lies still on the floor, her breathing an uneven rasp. Swan's satchel of surgical tools lies nearby. Swan approaches, cradling his arm with a grimace of pain.
Those summons of hers broke my arm. I'll do what I can to help, but the rest is up to you. Tread carefully. One false move and she's dead.
Swan carefully holds her head steady with his one good arm. Something moves along her exposed lobe. It's a maggot of some kind. Swan gingerly picks up some forceps with his good hand and tries to remove the maggot. The forceps slip from his hand and strike the floor. He gives you an abashed look.
It's no use. I'm liable to do more damage than good without both hands to work with.
The maggot is caught in the pinch of the tweezers and plucked off in a single, swift movement. The woman's breathing has grown shallow as she hovers between life and death. All you can do is close her up and hope for the best. You replace the extracted bone and bind it with copper hooks. Then you draw the scalp back in place and start stitching the incision shut. The woman's breathing grows stronger, more even. Colour flushes her cheeks.
She's alive. You did it. I've never seen anything like that, not in 20 years. I'll tend to her here for a while. She shouldn't be moved yet. She'll want to thank you once she comes round, I'm sure. It's a damn miracle that she survived.
The young woman blinks as she struggles to focus her vision on you. She looks weak, pale, but already visibly more human.
It's you. I remember your face in the darkness. You saved me. The Magisters arrested me in Arx for sorcery. They strapped me to a table, and they put something in my head. Something alive. They put me on a caravan bound for Fort Joy. They said I was going to become a pet for the hammer. I could feel myself changing. I tore off the shackles that held me, like they were parchment. I remember hearing screams, feeling the blood of others on my hands, in my mouth. Then I ran, and then I woke up here.
That was damn fine work you pulled off there. Consider me in your debt. I'll keep an eye on her until she's ready to fend for herself. If you find yourself in need of potions or healing, be sure to come to me. It's the least I can do.